welcome back. If you are new around here, my name is Bettina. I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I'm here to wrap up my project, my full face rolling project pan for 2024. I only have a few products left in my basket. I do have a decent amount of empties actually. I was really surprised by how many empties I managed to finish up over the last month. But before we get into the video and the finale and I share with you the last few products that I managed to use up in 2024, if you are new around here and you love watching project panning related content or any other beauty related content, make sure you subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's jump on into the video. Okay, so I've been working on a number of these products for quite a number of months. Some of them I've only been working on for a few months, but I have managed to, since the last update, use up a handful more samples. I've also managed to use up a couple of lip products and I've made some good progress as per usual on some of these products. I have been working on two foundations for quite a number of months. I think I've been working on these guys like on and off since June. I am currently mixing these two together. I've got the Juvia's Place Eye Magic Natural Radiant Foundation, and this one in here in this bottle is the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. So I mix these two together. This one's quite thick and the color's not quite right for me, and then this one is really like fluidy and liquidy, and it's a great mixing foundation. So I mix these two together and I get a great little combo. I'm actually wearing it on my skin today as my foundation. I like the combo that it creates, and it's not as like heavy and also not as light. It's like a good combo, good mix, and it allows me to use up this foundation as well. The MAC Studio Radiance, I've been working on this one on and off for a long time, a long time. I've been mixing this on and off with other foundations and I use it by itself, yada yada yada. Since the last update, I managed to use 2.21 grams of this one. I did manage to make another mark, so as you can see, these are all the marks going through the year. I still have quite a bit left of this one. Given how much progress I've made on this one this year, and how long I've been working on it this year, I believe that this one will take me probably maybe like another, maybe like 6 to 8 months. And that's a really daunting thought. But I also know that because I am mostly, or for the most part, I mix this. I don't often use it by itself. Even when I use it by itself though, you only need a very small amount, like a little bit goes a long way with the face and body. But because I usually mix it, I know that I am only using a very small amount. I literally only use like 3 drops of this when I mix it at a time. So a little bit goes a long way and I don't often use very much at a time. So it's going to take me a very long time to finish this one up. I reckon maybe another 6 months. That's a scary thought. And then my Juvia's Place Eye Magic Foundation, I did manage to get a lot more use on this one this month. So I actually used 5.9 grams of this one. I have like a reason for it though. It wasn't me using this completely. My friend and I, we kind of did a little bit of a foundation swap. So she gave me some double ups that she has or some foundations that she doesn't like. So in turn, I took like a number of my foundations, and especially the ones that I brought when I was in America, to her, and I was like, take as much as you want. So each of my foundations that I purchased in America, she took like a couple of pumps of each, and I was like, seriously, take more pumps. So I think she ended up with like maybe 4 or 5 pumps of this. That's why I managed to get 5 or almost 6 grams of this one finished. It's not my pure use this month, but it was kind of split between 2 people because my bestie ended up with a bit so she could try the formula. Okay, and then moving into my concealer, I've been working on the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I've been working on this one, I think this one as well, since the middle of the year, around June time, and I have managed to hit pan on this one just in the last couple of months. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see that in there, but I've managed to hit pan, and now I'm just kind of really focusing around the outside and focusing on like expanding the pan and also bringing the level down around the outside. I can see like around the top rim here, the gap is starting to lower, so I am definitely getting use out of it. Over the last month though, again, I only used 0.38 of a gram of this one. I find a little bit of this one goes a decent way. and I often will just like dab my finger in there and like dab it under my eye each morning for work makeup. So I'm not really using all that much each month. There's a total weight of, oh Jesus, 4.8 grams in here. So again, this one will probably take me a very long time to get through. Since I introduced this one, I've probably used, I've probably used about half of this one since I introduced it. It started at 49.98 and we're ending the year at 47.33. So about 2.5 grams ish I've managed to use up of this one. But the last powder that has been sitting in the project for a couple of months now, this is the Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. I again have been working on this one for the entirety of the year. I have managed to hit pan on this one throughout the year, but with this one I only use like a skerrick of it every month. So since the last update, I used 0.21 grams of this one. I definitely am noticing it's starting to flatten out, and as you can see that tiny little pan in the middle there. I'm really trying to focus my brush around the outside to bring the level down. I've heard some of you have like given me the heads up to be careful about not expanding the pan too soon, because they've seen other people have issues with it just like crumbling into a mess, and I obviously don't want that. So I'm really trying to focus my brush around the outside to use up as much of that as I can before it kind of dislodges itself from the pan. So that's my plan with this one. I probably will rotate this one over into next year. It's an expensive little powder. It's from Pat McGrath. I quite like the effect that it gives under the eyes, so I'll probably just roll this one over again. There is that one. Moving along, we have my NARS eye primer. And speaking of products that are taking me an eternity to get through, my NARS smudge proof or tinted smudge proof eyeshadow primer. I have the color Light. I've been working on this one as well for the entire year as my eyeshadow primer. Since the last update, I used 0.45 of a gram, so almost half a gram. There's a total of 8 grams in this product, which is a heck of a lot of eyeshadow primer, I think. Since the start of the year though, so it started the year at 21.89 grams and we are finishing the year at 18.3 grams. So we've used like 3.5 grams. So we still have like 4.5 grams left to go based on the weight. I will say though, I do think like because we're at the start now of 2025, I really need to pop the stopper out and give it a good like mix up and scrape around with my spatula, because now it's at the point where all the product is either like right at the bottom here or right at the top, and it's difficult to get it out on the doe foot applicator. It's difficult to get it out on the doe foot applicator, so I'm gonna pop it out, give it a little bit of a mix to try and agitate it a little bit more to make it easier for applying in the future. I'm just like, all of these products that are left in this project are products that are very, very, very slow progress every month, and that includes my Benefit Browsing. So since last update, I've used 0.06 of a gram. Brow powders, I don't know about you guys, but I find brow powders like quite depressing to track. It gets to the point though when you're really close to having them finished, obviously you feel super duper accomplished, but each month it's like Groundhog Day. It's a hard slog looking at these every single month and seeing very minimal progress. I'm currently focusing my efforts on the inside here. There's like a little bit on the inside that I'm trying to work my way down to the pan, and at that point it will look like it's kind of like half done. That's kind of my working plan at the moment. But it's taking me a very long time. It's taking a very, very long time to get through this, and that's really, really depressing. This one, so the powder says that it has 2.65 grams and the wax says it has 1.7 grams. Since the start of the project, we started the project at 48.99 and we're now sitting at, we're now sitting at 48.44. So I've literally used like 0.5 of a gram. Let's calculate that. That's so depressing. That is so incredibly depressing. So through the whole year, I've used 0.55 of a gram of this product. It's taken me 12 months to use half a gram of product. That's ridiculous. That's bloody ridiculous. Hopefully I can find a photo of what that product looked like at the intro, and I'll compare them. I'll put them both on the screen, and hopefully it's not as depressing looking at that way. But it's still depressing that it's taken me a year to use 0.5 of a gram. Oh gosh, that's daunting. That is very daunting. Okay, moving into lip products, which has probably been one of my most successful categories in this project this year, which I'm not mad about. I love using up some good lip products. So I had 2 lip products left in the project at last update. It was my Too Faced Spice Spice Baby Lipstick and my Marvelous Moxie lip gloss, or my Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in Superstar. And I'm happy to report I have managed to use both of these ones up. I don't know whether you can see, but that tube in there is completely empty. I took the stopper out of this one about a week ago, I think it was. Maybe 2 weeks. But yeah, this is where it was. Let me put this lipstick down. The second black line here is where it was last month, and we are now completely finished. So it's only taken me 1 to 3 months to get this one completely finished. So I'm very optimistic that I can get all of the Bare Minerals lip glosses that I want to use up next year done, because I think I have 3, maybe 4. I'm pretty sure there was only 3. So 3 lip glosses by 3 months, that's only 9 months. So hopefully I can have my Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie glosses completely used up and finished this year or next year. This year. It's 2025 now, so this year. And then I managed to use up my Too Faced Spice Spice Baby lipstick. This one has been kicking around in my collection for a very long time. So last month at the last update, I said that I would start like scooping into it and I'd just try and use up as much as I could. And I've managed to basically get everything used up in there. There's still like some little scraps around the bottom, around the edge there, but I'm going to call it done. I'm going to call it quits because I want to start moving on and using a new like lipstick color. The next one I need to update you on is my Holo Taco nail polish. Now, I do believe that I forgot to mention this one in the last update and I didn't update you at all. Big whoopsie on my part. So we're going back a couple of months when we're comparing our weight changes. It hasn't changed much. I've barely used this of late. I've actually not really been painting my nails much over the last couple of months, which a little bit of a slip up there, I guess. But I have managed to use 0.44 grams of this one since I last updated. And I think I last updated, it might have been October, maybe September. Like I'm talking, it's been a good couple of months since I actually have updated. Then we have my perfumes. So since the last update, I've been working on 2 perfumes that were still left in the project. So the first one was my Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Perfume Mist. And as you can see, I have actually managed to get this one completely finished. I was like super laser focused on getting this one finished. I really wanted to make sure that I didn't take the like little scraps that were left in this one into 2025. So that one is completely finished. But unfortunately, I haven't made much more progress on my Plumes perfume by DS & Durga. This is a perfume oil, so I'm just finding it a little bit more difficult to make progress on this one because it is a perfume that you have to like roll the ball on yourself, and it is quite a strong perfume. So I feel like a little bit goes quite a long way with this one. You've got to be careful. Well, I personally have to be careful. I find sometimes it can be a little bit too overpowering if I apply too much, but I have still made a little bit of progress. I used 0.39 grams of this one over the last little bit since update. And I haven't really had a chance to make another line. I haven't really made enough, but I have used maybe a quarter to a third of this one. So I would really like to get this one done in 2025. I just know that it's a hard perfume for me to wear, but I think maybe if I just have it in the project as like as a no pressure kind of product, then maybe I might find it easier to get use on it. But at the moment I am going to give it a little bit of a break because the other perfumes that I want to focus on initially in the project are also on the more intense side. So I'm going to give this one a little break for now, but you probably will see this one again as another attempt to hopefully try and get finished up in 2025. And last but not least, I just need to update you on my hair care products. I still have 2 hair care products in the project. So we're finishing the year with both of these ones, unfortunately still in my collection and not used up, but they are both getting quite close to being finished. So the first one is the Juice Stuck Up Stronghold Hair Lacquer. I actually managed to get some use on this one over the last little while. So I'm kind of starting to find that I can get more use out of this one slowly but surely. I used 0.75 grams of this one. Over the entire year, I've managed to use up 13.11 grams of this one. So it's a 100 gram bottle. Before I rotated it into the project, I had also used up some of the product. So I think maybe I'm starting to get close. Maybe there's like maybe around 50 to 75 grams left in this little sprayer bottle. So I think that's probably an achievable amount of usage to do, maybe over like a quarter to 6 months. I don't use hairspray all that much, but I have of late, I've like dabbled in using hairspray a little bit more than I ordinarily do. It's often like a forgotten step though for me. I'm not one that just naturally gravitates towards like grabbing for a hairspray and like spraying it in my hair. I know some people like that's something they always do. For me, I've never really enjoyed like the crunchy feeling of hairspray in my hair. So that's one thing that's kind of always detracted me from using it. And then the last one is the Davines Curl Building Serum. This one I have made phenomenal progress on this year. My goal for like the end of the year on this product was just to get it under 100 grams. I have managed to do that in a very big way. So we're finishing the year on this product at 68.11 grams. So I've basically over halved the amount of product that I had in this when I rotated it in. This is how much I used since the last update. So I was sitting up here and now we're down to here. So as you can see, there's really not much product left. Since the last update, I used 23.6 grams of this one. Since the start of when I rotated this one in, so I rotated it in around the June mark and I was just aiming to get it under 100 grams. I set that like small goal because in the past, historically, it's taken me a very long time to get usage on this product. But since I have like really lent into trying to learn how to manage and work with my curly hair, I'm really seeing that I am using this product a lot more and starting to work with it a lot better. So since rotating this one in, I've actually used 92.19 grams of this one. So I've used almost 100 grams of this product since around June, which I'm very happy about. And given how much is left or how little is left, I reckon maybe 1 or 2 months and this one will be completely finished. If I continue to use it the way I have been using it over the last couple of months, it's going to be easy peasy done. I reckon maybe 2 months. I'm not quite sure how much this packaging weighs. I think it probably will be quite light. So I reckon maybe there's around maybe 40 to 50 grams of product left in there. So I'll keep you posted on that one. And then the last little bit is all of the samples that I used up over the last little while. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get anywhere near my 100 samples goal, but I still managed to get a very large number of samples out of my collection, and this month was no exception. So this month I actually used up 8 samples, so still keeping quite consistent with the number of samples that I used up. So I'll run through them. I used up the Kosas Airbrow brow gel. I managed to finally finish up this sample or deluxe sample size of the Tatcha Rice Wash. I used up 2 samples of the Hourglass foundation. One was in Natural Amber and one was in Nude. There was the Charlotte Tilbury Joyphoria perfume, the Verso Daily Glow moisturizer, the Cora Organics Turmeric Glow Foaming Cleanser, and last but not least was the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo sample. So that's another 8 samples towards the total goal. So that is all of the products that I've been working on since the last update. So I managed to use up another 3 items, which I'm very happy to see that I'm still in the last like little stretch of the year managed to use up another couple of items. Let me just quickly go through with you and we'll go through category by category and see how many products I used up in total this year. So for the primer category, I used up 1 primer. Foundations, I've managed to get through 3 foundations this year. I finished up 1 concealer. I've used up 3 powders. I used up 1 brow setting product, or 1 full-size brow setting product. In terms of lip products, I used up 7 lip products in this project. We've finished up 1 blush, which was a Franken blush. In the miscellaneous category, I used up 3 products. So 1 was a skincare product, 1 was a teeth product, and 1 was a tanning product. Nail polishes, I used up 3 nail polishes and then 1 nail care type product. I used up 6 perfumes. Now most of them were, I think only 1 of them was a full size. The rest were like deluxe sample sizes or smaller travel sizes that I got in like little sets. Last category was hair care. So I managed to use up 7 hair care items. 2 of them were dry shampoos and 1 of them was a hairspray. The rest were like hair styling products. So in total, I managed to use up 37 like full size products in the categories. And in terms of my samples, I managed to use up 76 samples in total this year. So I'm very happy with my progress and how much I managed to get used up and finished in this project. I always try and use this project to use up products, and I always try and use this project to focus on kind of some of the older products in my collection, but also to allow me to continue to rotate through products in my collection. So trying to keep my foundations at a minimum, I kind of try and use this project to use up the foundations, so I'm keeping things and products fresh in my collection. So I did manage to use up some quite old products as well this year. I managed to use up a Franken blush, which I was very happy with. I've managed to use up a number of lip products. I'm very happy to see that I also managed to use up as many lip products as I did, and also the hair care category as well. It's very much allowed me to start making and seeing some space in those collections in my overall collection. For a very long time, my lip collection's been like absolutely out of control, as well as my hair care. So I'm very happy to see that I'm starting to get into like a good routine of using those older products and using up some products that have been laying around in my collection for quite a while, and also now starting to rediscover some products as well, which has allowed me to enjoy them again, which is one thing that I always really love about project panning. It allows me to grab products out of my collection that I've either forgotten about or neglected, and it like challenges me to find a way to use those products where I enjoy them and not just let them go to waste. So I'm very happy with my progress in this project this year. I'm happy to see a lot of products and empties rolling out of my collection as a result of working on them in this project. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you let me know down in the comments what are some of the challenging products that you managed to use up in 2024. And while you're down there, if you are new around here and you want to keep up to date on all my project pans that I'll be doing this year, make sure you subscribe down below. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, beautiful.